Hello all my friends, welcome to Jana's Crochet Journey. Today is Monday, August 14th, 2023. Welcome back everyone who has been with me on my crochet journey. Today won't be too long. It's just that time of year in August, where you're doing all the things, trying to enjoy the weather. Although we had a lot of rain, but today is sunny and I need to mow the grass and just be outside before I go back to work tomorrow. So I have finished the next section on my Cottagecore Mosaic by Little Green Feather. I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook and the Tivoli XL yarn. This is the color 5 and color 28. So that is what I used. This is skein 2 of both of these colors. The other ones had a little bit left, but I didn't think it was enough to complete the last couple rows. And I really don't like to attach the yarn mid-row, even though they had a knot in them, but it's okay. So this was a very small fill-in row in between the pictures, and I did check and there are 2 more sections left, and I already wrote out the directions for both of them. So I might end up getting both of those done for the next time I show the blanket. And then I am still undecided on how I want to do the border. You get to where I'm thinking maybe just leave the ends and then have the little fringe, but I don't know, I might just do like a simple single crochet and then a half double and call it done, tying the ends together and cutting them real short just to kind of like hide them, but I'm not sure. Normally when I get to the end of a project, I want to like hurry up and get done because like I'm over it, but not this one. I'm really enjoying it. And if I must tattle on myself, I've started another mosaic, just a little piece. In my defense, I went to visit my children last weekend and I had to take something small. I couldn't be taking these big things I'm working on, so I took a bag with some yarn and a couple new projects that I'll be starting. And I don't know if it was the distraction of my grandbabies, but I had to do a couple of the rows several times because it's a different creator, so her pattern style of writing was different, so it was throwing me off, and that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But it's working out fine now. And again, I only have a little bit. I did a couple rows waiting to get my video done. I've said before, I like to have 3 things to show when I do a video, and so I was just making sure I had 3 things. So to squirrel back around, this is the section that I just finished. Really simple to break it up before the next pattern and to just kind of skim through. And I hope all that showed up because I couldn't see a darn thing. The next pattern is a flower. Looks like a tulip with the little leaves and then the background. So again, I wrote it out. I have my colors. I'm ready to go. And then the last pattern is, you know, just something simple like this. So I'm excited. And so these are like my ends. And they say to like tie two together for secureness and then snip them down and then do your border. It's probably what I'll do. I'm not a fan of this too much because I know in previous practice when you go to wash them it could end up being a mess and then you'll have to go back and put a border on it anyways. So that's where I'm at with this and loving it, of course. Finished object that I have was out of Crochet Animal Rugs book by Ira Rott. So the pattern said to hold 3 strands of yarn together. I did not, because in this Red Heart Super Saver Light Sage, which is what one of my daughters wanted for my grandson's nursery, this was all I had left out of the blanket that I made. So I couldn't hold 2 strands together to be enough. I mean, I know I could have held the strand from the inside and from the outside and at least did 2, but I didn't want to. So the other color, now I had shown a different green previously, and then I was gifted this Bernat Soft Value in the color soft green. So I switched to this because it looked more like the sage. And then I used tan, black, and white just in scraps. So could not tell you what those colors were. And I used a 5.5 millimeter hook based on the yarn, not what they called for in the pattern. So they called for a 5.5 when you did like the eyes and such, but then they wanted you to use a 9 when you were holding the 3 strands together. And because I did not follow that in the pattern, mine was smaller. So I was a little disappointed, like 12 inches smaller in width. So basically, this could be a car seat blanket instead of a rug. And however my daughter wants to use it is fine. But this was, it's called Tops the Dinosaur. That was the little trio that was in the book. So definitely not as big. And I decided that this pattern just confirms that I do not like applique. And I won't be making the pillow. But the pattern was easy to follow. If I do another one out of that book, which I probably will, but just not anytime soon, I will try the 3 strands together. I'll make it a point to use a color that I have enough to do that. And I'm sure, you know, I'll get better results. But anyways, so those scraps will go in my basket for my Navajo blanket. And I also, don't ask me how, but it is, you know, my little points didn't come out even, whatever. So here's the quote rug. So I did have it folded, so. And then there's the horns, the eyes. Let me see if I can get that crease out of there. And I put the muzzle down lower than what she suggested. So there again, it's my dinosaur. I put the horns where they said, with 3 spikes in between. There's that one, this one, and if you see down here, there's an extra spike, which I have the right number, but it started different. If you see, whatever. But I did sew them on correctly, so it did not come through the back, and you can see the two-tone green. And then the final, I went back to the sage to kind of tie in the middle. It's just not as easy to see on camera, but you can see it in person. Again, easy pattern, not hard to follow, but it just came out tiny, like 27 inches maybe. I don't know. So I will wash it and still, wash it to soften it up, and then give it to my daughter the next time I see her. It was kind of going to be like a Christmas set if I was happy with it, but I'm not, so I'll just wash it and she can keep it in the car to throw over him if she wants to, or she can throw it up in the closet or tack it to his wall or something. So that's a finished object. I'm glad it's done and I can move on with something else. The last thing I have is not a project, but if you know Dee from Dee's Creative Hands and Crochet, I believe is the name of her pattern or her channel. And sorry, Dee, if I screwed that up, but she has reached 2,500 subscribers very fast. Like, I'm jelly. No, I'm just kidding. She's a really nice lady, and her husband helps her out on her lives that she has every Saturday at 6 p.m. That's the highlight of my week when I'm home. And so she did a live where she was giving away a lot of gifts. People had donated gifts. And it's funny because I don't know if it was a Tuesday maybe, but like it was going on 8:30. And I was like, man, I am tired, but I wanted to watch the rest of it. So I knew she was winding down. So I toughed it out and I actually won. And I won something awesome, I think. And it was, to me, kind of like meant for me to win it based on what it was and it, personal reasons. But so I got a card with my gift, and I got this last week. I was just waiting to put this in a video. And whoo, there's the card. And this is supposed to be like, it's a joke for her channel. If you want to know, you'll have to be another subscriber of hers and start watching because she's great. So there's a note inside, and her and her husband, Mark, have started recently dyeing yarn. So in this giveaway was some yarn that Mark had dyed, and I thought it was pretty cool. This is like fall Halloween, and 2 skeins or hanks, sorry. I don't know, it's very thin, but because this is like a Mark original, I am not going to use this. I am just going to put it on display because I will probably never win that again. All right, so let me put that back in the bag for now. And then also in this cute bag, I got some things that Dee made. First are 2 stitch markers, and when I receive, whether as a gift or a purchase of stitch markers, I don't like to use them in my projects because I'm afraid I'm going to break them. So I need to get something to display them all. But this is a blue gummy bear and yarn. So those are cute. And then Dee made this. She used to do jewelry all the time. So this is a bracelet, and it has a cat, which I was like, let's see. Is that right? Of course it's not. But it's a cat. Fitting. Love the colors, and you know, whatever wrist size you are, it fits because I have a tiny wrist. So now I can put this away. And then the last thing that she made was a row counter. Now, red is my favorite color, and this butterfly has something to do with part of the reason why I feel like I was meant to win this. So this is the row counter. It's good weight to it too. And then there's the butterfly. And then in here is like, that is so pretty. And then there's more up here of those. Again, probably won't use it, but I think it's so pretty. And I believe it was the 26th that she did her live, because that number also means something. So again, super happy when she called my name. So that is about all I have for everyone to see today. Not too much, I know, but I do have some new things coming up in the next video. I just have to get working on them, and then also get my Cottagecore finished. But for right now, I'm going to upload this video and get some things done around here. So thanks for watching and hanging out with me. Please like, subscribe, share if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.